Oh, I've had a warning fly up on Skype. When recording, please let the other person know you are recording. Joe, I'm recording. There you go, I'm recording.
Should I be recording this call?
No, you don't have to. You record both of us, I believe.
And maybe it's like, but that's like an actual, like a legit thing, isn't it? Like, that's why they do, like, on, like, phone lines. They're just like, for your information, this call may be recorded for training purposes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why, like, Kanye West got in a fuckload of trouble when he was on the phone.
Tyler Swift thing.
Yeah. Tyler Swift.
Taylor Swift. Tyler Swift's her brother.
You're so old. You're so fucking old. Oh, I'm down with the kids. Oh, I love Tyler Swift.
I love Tyler Swift. And
Bruno Mars.
And his sister Taylor, Bruno Mars.
The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Britpod Scene, an independent network of uniquely British podcasts that's always growing. Check out BritpodScene.com or follow Britpod Scene on Twitter to find out.
The All Seeing Guys. The All Seeing Guys. With Greg and Joe. The All Seeing Guys. The All Seeing Guys. Greg and Joe.
Welcome to the All Seeing Guys, episode 126. I'm Corson Greg,
Oh,
and as
oh,
always,
please.
I'm
Oh,
joined
shit, sorry.
by my what the hell?
I
I'm joined by
interrupted.
my
I thought
brother
it was
in
my go.
quarantine. I'm joined by my brother in quarantine, Joseph
Jackson.
Jackson. How are you, Joseph Jackson?
Yeah, I'm very well, man. I'm very good. Positive, uplifted. It's my birthday in a couple of days, apparently.
It is your birthday in a couple of days. By the time this comes out, it already would have been your birthday.
I'm breaking out.
Breaking it. I sent Joe a birthday present. It took a while to come, so I
not
moaned
even-
at them.
not even-
Customer service was amazing.
Not even got it in the background. Hang on, here we go.
Here we go, Joe.
Not that you can see.
I got Joe a canvas made of the Dice Rollers fucking artwork
Our
for
album.
the Ideas album.
Our debut album.
Got the artwork made. It looks like a vinyl when you hold
It
it.
does. It's great.
I put pictures of it on Instagram, and I did have messages from people being like, "Oh my god, you got it on vinyl?" I'm like, "No, no, it looks to be deceiving." It took a while to get to Joe, so I moaned to Snapfish's customer service, who were amazing, really, really good. And they sent out another one for Joe.
What
and
else-
then as
what else are they
authorised-
gonna do?
When they sent it out, the actual one arrived.
Yeah.
So we have another one. So Pete, if you're listening, when this is over, I'll get it from Joe and I'll send it to you if you want one.
There
If
you
you have
go.
room for it, or hang it up at your mum's. You never know.
There you go. Obviously. How about you, man? How are you? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. I was really looking forward to this weekend, just because it was like a long week of work. And I was just like really counting down to like it being weekend and recording and just relaxing again. I just feel it's a bit more full on working from home at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's busy because it's busier time for us.
Are you able? You're still able to sort of like disconnect from where you're working to where you're,
Yeah, once the weekend rolls around, even now I've got my work computer open next to me just to kind of read stuff, and I've got like links and stuff open up on there, and I'm not really feeling like I'm at work. It's another good thing about podcasting at this table as well now, is it also makes it not a work table or my kitchen table, makes it my fun podcast hobby table, my arts and crafts table of audio.
Multi-purpose table.
Yeah, multi-purpose table. Good old table. Who would have thought they could be good for so many things? And it kind of reminds me of like recording your flatless table, because even though it's not the same sort of shape, it's the same sort of table where it opens up, slides out,
Yeah.
chairs in the side.
I remembered,
Like,
when
kinda reminds me.
when I got that table, I remembered like putting it together, and I was like, oh, this is exactly like Greg's table.
Yeah, it's a good table.
Yeah.
Perfect. Works out.
Quality table. So this episode's
last
about
episode-
tables.
This episode's welcome to tables.
Welcome to
Times
tables.
tables, all the tables. Last episode, we mentioned that we encountered a few issues. We actually
Yeah.
recorded the episode 125 twice. First recording was such a good episode. We went in on the Kebab Awards, solid episode. We went through all the categories. I was like Googling the winners. We were really breaking it in. I was looking at other reviews people had done about it. It was great. And then after we finished it, I realised my audio was fucked and unusable. So the following week, we re-recorded it. we went semi-deep on the British Kebab Awards.
Only semi-deep. It's tough. It's tough to get in there when it's semi.
Yeah, so we kind of covered like categories, like we wanted the main categories. And at the end of that hour and 10-minute episode, we realised that Joe's Zoom mic had actually run out of batteries 20 minutes in.
Oh, it was a ball ache, mate.
So the last episode you heard was the first 20 minutes was that recording, and the last 10-15 minutes was me piecing together a conversation from my audio from an episode and Joe's audio from a previous episode, kind of talking about the same things. It was difficult. That's why it was a short episode, and I didn't even try and put the Kebab Award stuff in there because it would have taken. It was just too much work.
Yeah,
it was
man.
an absolute ball
I
ache.
still can't believe you managed it though, man. That's really good.
It was quite. If I'd had more time, I would have done more.
Yeah.
But, we recorded it on like the Friday, and it was a Tuesday. I didn't get to edit it until like, Sunday.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a tough one, but it came out. We didn't miss it. We got the episode out. It does mean that I can't be asked to go over the Kebab Awards again in such detail. All I'm going to say
People
is that
won.
all I'm going to say about it now is that it was a huge glitzy event that happened just before coronavirus time, so it kind of got blindsided because it was like the end of February, beginning of March, I believe. And it's definitely worth mentioning that Kingston's Cappadocia won Best Kebab Restaurant in South East London.
Congratulations.
So shout out to Kingston and Cappadocia again.
Well
and
done.
also, I did want to mention Batman Grill won Chef of the Year,
That's a big award.
which is a big fucking
That's a
award.
big
And the
deal.
reason-
That's a big deal.
Yeah. And it's quite funny Batman Grill, because obviously we covered them in the last year's Kebab Awards, and we loved the name.
They did.
and found
Yeah,
it
they stood out.
hilarious.
They stood out quite a
They
lot.
stood out. And we obviously turned it into a bit of a grime song. And then I put out the audiogram of me and Joe turning it into a grime song. I'm being like, why the hell is it called Batman Grill? Put it out on Instagram. And then that was a year ago. The other week, Batman Grill obviously saw it and replied, being like, yeah, actually, it's a place in Turkey.
Yeah, we've
And we're
now
like,
got
yeah,
beef.
we know.
We got beef with the Batman
Like-
Grill now.
Well, I played it very nice. I was just like, look, we know, we're big fans. Congrats on Chef of the Award win. And then they're all nice again, being like, oh, you should come to we've got a new front to the shop. And I was like, look, when this is all over, we're going to take a road trip down
We've said
to
that.
taste your kebabs.
We've said it, but that is legit happening. We're absolutely going to Hastings for one weekend.
Yeah. And they were just like, and then they were like, yeah, let us know when you're coming.
Perfect.
Fucking awesome. We will let you know when we're
We
coming.
absolutely will.
It'll be fucking awesome. Yeah, we'll do a nice little weekend down in Hastings. I like Hastings. I used to go there a lot as a kid.
You, me, and
I went
Ed.
there I went there for my dad's 60th a couple of years back.
Yeah.
Or maybe longer than a couple of years back. So I like it, man. A lot of childhood memories in Hastings, and the battle just next to it as well. Go to Battle Abbey, Ed will like that.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, if Ed comes with us, mate, he loves a fucking war. So like,
Yeah, man, yeah. But Battle of Hastings, mate, it's good, man. I used to love going there as a kid, Battle Abbey.
yeah.
And we went there, when we went down a few years ago, we went there, and I still loved it just as much. It was fucking awesome. Really cool fucking place. I saw my friend Bullen actually went to Battle a little while ago.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I saw he went to Battle. A little trip away, a little family trip to Hastings. So we'll do the same, me, you and Ed. We're staying in a nice Airbnb.
A not so family trip.
Not so family.
A formation trip to Hastings.
We're like, this is a lads trip, but it's not going to be strippers and sex. It's going to be.
It's going to be us sitting in like a Airbnb, drunk and talking into the Zoom mic,
reviewing food from the area.
Yeah.
Or Joe just making pizzas the whole time.
Oh mate, give me a chance. I fucking nailed it. I'm on it now. I've got all the secrets now.
I mean, I felt you've always done a great job on pizza.
No,
What's changed? What's changed?
I've never been happy like 100% with the dough. The dough's always been a bit too doughy. So this time, like I did it. I got some special flour and shit. And like I think the yeast we were using last time was maybe past its sell by date, which is potentially why it didn't work. But it's yeast. I don't really fucking know. Like. So yeah, I did like a half bread flour and
so
half.
you're
of
saying
this,
the only
like...
thing you done differently this time was get yeast that was in date?
No, not this particular. this the last batch was not potentially.
Right, okay.
But I got like some of that 00 flour and shit as well.
Ooh.
So it's like half bread flour, half 00 flour, which is like pasta flour.
Ah.
Am I really going to talk like this on this fucking podcast?
Oh, well, you've already started now, so you might as well
Fine.
keep going. Welcome to Joe's Cooking Corner.
Yeah, I did half and half, and it's come out. The dough's really light. Oh, it's a really good crust on it as well, mate.
Nice.
I'm absolutely doing the pizza party when this is over.
hit up Joe's Instagram because he put up a picture today of his successful pizza making, and he's got lots of pictures of pizza he's made on there. But he was very proud of this one.
I was really proud.
And he put this one up on Instagram. So head over to Joseph Stylin's Instagram if you want to see a picture of the pizza we're talking about.
It is, and that is just Joseph Style in one word.
This is what it's like.
I had to check.
This is life in your late 30s, people. Head over to Joe's Instagram and look at a picture of the pizza he made.
That's it, yeah. I don't really have a lot to offer apart from if you want to see the artwork that I've done for this podcast and the pizzas I have made in the last week. Game on. And my girlfriend's dog. And if you want to see that, I guess, then yeah, sweet. Joseph Stein.
Never his girlfriend, just the dog.
There's photos of her as well.
Yeah, that's the way you said it. Pizzas, artwork, and my girlfriend's dog.
It's just, yeah, mainly because the ratio of pictures between I have of her on Instagram and the dog on Instagram is in favour of Ziggy. So it's like...
No, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. If we had a cat or a dog, well, Lizzie wouldn't let me put pictures up of her anyway. Delete it! Delete it! It's all over bloody year all the time.
I know why that is as well, because there's that one picture of me wearing her glasses, and there's like... And she's in the picture as well, but I know it and I think it still ended up on Facebook, and she was just like, I fucking hate this picture.
Yeah, she says that about every bloody picture. Should we dive in a bit of geese dropping?
I do, yes, because this time I have bought Geese Drop.
Geese Drop. This Geese Drop when we heard
I've got one with me, mate.
When we hear snippets of a heard conversation heard by us or you, the listener, and sent to us. Geese Drop heard. Having a listen. Joe, do you want to get us going then if you have one?
I will indeed, actually, yeah. I've been going on dog walks with my girlfriend. Just to keep, that's the theme
he's
of the
got
show.
To get those Instagram pictures up, ain't he?
There you go. So yeah, we were in the car park the other day, and right near the car park there's a house, and it's like a gate that sort of just means that the house owner can just go straight into the car park, into the park. And
nice.
We ended up talking to her for, I'm not joking, 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Who initiated the conversation?
She did, because her dog came over to us, and that was it. She was just like, "Oh, he's blind, he can't see a thing, but he likes people," all this sort of stuff. And then she was just like, "Oh, I've adopted like 50 dogs," and it's just like at once. And she was like, "No, over like the last 10 years." I was just
where's the other 49?
If you had 50 dogs, your house must be fucking insane. So we were chatting away, and basically in this park where we go to. In the last few years, they've allowed cows to graze in there.
Right.
So, I've never seen cows in there, but there are signs up saying cows are in here, and
this is the one near you, right?
Yeah,
near where you live. Yeah.
So, but I think they put them in there at night and then take them out again. I don't know what. Mate, I don't know. Basically, I can tell you.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I can tell you right now. In the last month, I have been in that park every single day because it's where I go for a walk, and I have not seen a single fucking cow.
Maybe they're isolating.
Maybe they're social distancing. So anyway, we're in. This is a long story. So basically, yeah, we're in the car park chatting to this old lady, and this is what she says. Well, they let cows in the park, you know. I'm surprised no foreigners have tried to steal them. Now, that's a risky thing for anyone to say, but I mean, old people can just sort of get away with these things, apparently.
And I see some guys trying to get some cows in their car.
Yeah,
come on.
I was quite flabbergasted by the comment she'd made, but didn't pick it up. So I just tried to sort of lighten the mood by just how do you steal a cow? And then that just sort of progressed into not 45 minutes of talking about how you'd steal a cow.
Yeah,
she told us the same thing over and over again for 45 minutes. But yeah, so yeah,
here's my book on how to steal cows.
Fun bit of judgmental racism there for you.
Lovely bit of friendly racism. Never heard anyone apart from the people that are discriminating.
There's nothing friendly about racism.
I have a couple of geese drops.
Fantastic.
That are both, funnily enough, two separate, different people, completely different times, different areas, but are both relatable to stairs.
Okay.
So, not just tables this episode, we've got stairs as well. I think you're ready. This first one I heard when I was getting money out of the cash point with Ed on a Friday after work before going to the pub. I literally heard a woman on the phone behind me just go, "I just fell down the stairs at the train station." I'm so embarrassed.
Mate, that's a big set of stairs.
Yeah, man.
That's a big old set of stairs.
Yeah, I did hear her. Obviously, she was telling someone about it straight. She was obviously very embarrassed, and she rang someone to tell them. And she did say it was in front of a couple people from. I did it in front of James. Everyone's gonna know. Like, she was really upset by it. Well,
I mean, that's the if it's any
Washout.
consolation to that woman, this is the first time I'm hearing of it.
We're gonna be like, I saw it. I was there.
Yeah.
I chipped you up. There were two guys arguing up top of my road a few months ago. And it was quite late at night, and I was maybe coming back from meds, I don't know. But I was passing near them, and and as they walked off, I heard one turn around and shout at him, "I hope you fall down the stairs!"
Fantastic insult.
I hope you fall down the stairs. Maybe he was having a go at that woman.
Maybe
he was the wrong person.
Maybe he saw it. Maybe he saw it that day, told his mate about it, and his mate was just like, "That's not very funny."
Yeah, well, I hope you fall down the stairs.
I nearly had a second geese drop today because I was outside having a cigarette, and I don't know where it came from, but from someone else's house there just came this shrill screaming and shouting, followed by crying. But it was all completely inaudible. Like, I don't know what, but basically there was a massive fight kicking off, and then the woman started crying. It's a shit geese drop.
Wow. No, well, I heard, funny enough, you just reminded me, I was, I think yesterday or the night before, I went up in the evening to check my car still works. I hadn't driven it for a while.
Oh, yeah. My mum did that as well.
I drove it up and down the alley. And I heard one of my neighbours had their back door open, and I think they were doing like a family Zoom call or something. And I just heard a guy say, "It's great, mini cheddars are $1.49."
Where?
I hope this lockdown never ends.
I hope you stuck around to get all the details.
It was a mix of all people shouting and talking over each other.
This is great.
I did get sent again. Last episode, I shared the audio Ashley sent me of the story he encountered on the bus. He sent me another quick audio clip of a geese drop he heard.
Good old daddy finger.
So yeah, good old daddy finger. He sent me another quick audio clip, which I'm going to play for you now, which he heard out and about walking the dog.
Classic.
Got another one, mate. Whilst on a dog walk. Fucking love it. All I hear is, William! Willie! Get out of that hole! Suffice to say, it was another dog owner. But, all good.
I don't know who Willie is or what he was doing in that hole. But I want to know.
Who knows?
And it's perfect that his name was Willie.
I mean,
Willie, get out of that hole.
Does Willie need a reason to be in a hole?
No, I guess not. But I don't know what kind of hole it was. Was he calling down a rabbit warren? Like, what the hell was happening? Like,
squirrel, mate. Always squirrels.
Squirrels. It's got to be squirrels.
It's got to be, mate. It's 100% squirrels.
They're little mischievous holes.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to go into a bit of a bee in the bonnet this episode. Now, this bee in the bonnet isn't like... I'm not room 101ing it. You know what? On that, someone actually messaged me who I used to work with recently, saying like, if you could put anything in room 101, what would it be? And I simply replied with that question. And it kind of ties into what my bee in the bonnet is here. Like, I'm not playing this game. I do see what I'm talking about is we've talked about this before. Facebook nominations.
Yeah.
In fact, it kind of goes beyond Facebook now, just social media nominations. We've talked about it before. It's no different. But this time, during lockdown, and I'm not saying it's bad. People seem to be enjoying it, and it's keeping people interacting.
That's it. It's an interaction thing.
I do see its worth.
Yeah. I get it.
In lockdown, I totally see its worth, and I'm not knocking anyone for doing it. I just don't like being tagged in that shit.
At the end of the day, Greg, it's their social media. They can do what they want.
Yeah. And the reason I don't like getting tagged in it is because every nomination means that I have to tag other people. And I don't like having to do that, man. Like, I don't want to tag... Someone's like, do 10 albums you like for 10 days straight. Cool, I would love to do that. I think about the albums in my head. What will I use?
You know what? I've absolutely thought about it.
But I don't want to tag someone each day.
Nah.
I don't know 10 people. We said this earlier in the bubble thing. I don't know 10 people.
Mate, that is the absolute... like anxiety of it that I don't want to do it. It's just because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, fair enough. Like, someone's got me involved. I don't want to then have to put this burden on someone else.
Yeah, 10 other people.
Yeah. Just like, fucking hell. Who's got 10?
No, I don't know these 10 people. Like, I honestly
Mate,
wouldn't know. I'd just
I
tag
said-
you 10 times.
I said that today
we
when
should
you
both
said
do
about-
it and just tag each other 10 times.
We'll do it back and
every
forth.
day we
We'll do
nominate,
back and forth.
each other.
Oh mate,
We do-
well, they've been like on Instagram Live. They've been doing those. Like music battles. So they'll get like they'll get like producers or artists, and they just like play. You got to play a song, and then whoever's watching like votes. That's cool. But like, no one's gonna give a shit if you and me do that.
No, of course not. No, but I do like the idea of we should both do our 10 albums for 10 days, but every day. But today I'll nominate Joseph Jackson. The next day, today I'll nominate Joseph Jackson.
Yeah, done.
And see how long it takes anyone to notice. But
I'll do it, mate. I'll do it. You know what? I'll do it back and forth with you. That's sorted. Done. Let's just do that.
and that's what it is. I just don't want. And you can tell that I'm now getting tagged by like some of like Lizzie's friends I don't really hear from much because you just know they're running out of people.
Can I just say that I have not been tagged?
You have.
What?
You have. I've seen you. You've been tagged. Me and you were both been tagged in a couple of them.
I have not received that notification.
Yeah, you did, and I was really surprised. You were tagged in. I think we both were. We were both tagged in the same one about the male suicide awareness picture, and you liked it. So I was like, oh right, Joe's seen it. Then does that mean he's going to do it?
Oh,
but now it turns out you didn't. Now it turns out you didn't even realise you were tagged.
Oh, I know. I mean, like the music shit and all that shit. Like I did. No, I remember seeing that one for male suicide, and I was like, "Good on ya." And then,
Yeah, but then when you're meant to do then was post of a picture of just you, and tag another few people.
nah, I don't have. There's no.
You were meant to then copy and paste that status and post a picture of you with that status and tag more people.
It's like you know what it
So
is.
Joe
You know
just
what it
liked
is.
it
It's like
didn't even read it.
it's like chain email.
Exactly what it is.
It's just fucking ugh. I don't. But also like I don't fucking like looking at pictures of myself. Like you know what I mean. I couldn't like I wouldn't go through like. I don't sit there and take selfies and shit and just be like, oh yeah, I look good. Yeah, I look really fucking good there. Actually, that's a really fucking.
Yeah.
I look fucking sexy there. I don't. But
I'm
like,
going to
there's
use that for this
any-
male suicide awareness post.
Any pictures of me on Facebook? I am not sober. I haven't been in a photo on Facebook in about 4 years.
Your like profile picture for your Skype, is that like a work picture? Or
Yeah.
did you take that?
No, I had to take that was my first fucking day. I took that. Did I tell the story of like? I think I've told the story of when I first started work and everyone was searching for each other on Skype and they typed in Joe Jackson and the first thing they found was a man and his profile picture with his dick. And they were just like, Joe, is this you? And I was just like, no, it's not me.
Yeah, that's my work picture, of course.
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna get it on my scanning
I
in
figured
card.
this would be appropriate for work.
The one that I keep getting tagged in, and I've been tagged in this 5 times already, is the run 5k, donate £5 to NHS.
You know what? That's a really, really good sort of incentive and a really good gesture. But fuck off.
So, I mean, if I had done that, I'd be down like 30 quid by now. But the thing is, I had done it. Like, so my brother Gary and his friends are really nice. They do a lot of stuff for charity off their own backs. They always do. Like, they play in their football team. They're always like, oh, we're doing this for charity, doing that for charity. They always do charity-based stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
That's interesting,
Gary,
actually.
you know-
Interesting you say that because I've seen it when he does runs and stuff, but I've not seen he doesn't really sort of post a lot about that, which is interesting.
No, he doesn't.
That's
no.
really interesting.
So he turned to me recently, right, literally the start of all this, and was like, "Oh, we're gonna do runs to kind of get money for NHS," and he was literally like, "We're doing the run 5k, donate £5," but it wasn't nominating people. Like,
Imagine if it was like run 5k or donate 5k.
yeah, no, yeah, donate 5k, and he went so. And he set that up, and like a bunch of his mates went out and did it, and they smashed their target of like a few £100 really quickly.
That's cool.
And I was like, right, well, I have to do it because Gary's doing it. So I went out and I ran 5. To be fair, I'm going out pretty much every morning and running 5k like before work.
Yeah.
But I went out and I did it, and I donated a £5. When I donated the £5 to Gary's cause and all his mates, I then clicked on the thing and I saw everyone else who like posted on there and donated, and I realised that everyone had donated like 30 quid, 20 quid, and then I looked like an idiot because I only donated 5.
So but who cares, man? Like,
Yeah, I then messaged Gary, being like, Gary, I only donated 5. He's, yeah, that's fine, that's what we're asking for. Don't worry, everyone else is just being generous. Oh, I'm not being generous now? Damn it.
no, but mate, look, if it makes you feel any better, I haven't ran 5k or donated any money.
So
Or
that
clapped.
I did. But I put it on my Strava. I think I might have put it on my Instagram, but I didn't put it on Facebook or tag anyone. And it wasn't about nominating people. It was about doing it off your own back to help raise money for their cause.
Yeah.
So I've run a 5k and I've donated my money. But because I didn't shout about it across social media, I keep getting tagged in stuff. Buddy Beth tagged me. Someone else tagged me. I think the first one that tagged me was Trevor's Mrs. Sam tagged me.
What is 5k? What is that? Like a mile and a half or something?
5k is... Let's have a look. Why am I picking up my phone? I have an entire computer in front of me. Well, 10k is like, what, 7 miles? Like... Oh, what an idiot.
3.1.
Sorry, Joe. I was like, right, great. Because I clicked on Google on this computer and then started typing on my laptop, a completely different screen. I haven't turned anything off just then. Just like smacking buttons.
I just turned on and just like, right, great.
How long was it, did you say?
3.1.
3.1 miles.
I'll walk that, but I'm not fucking running.
Well, you can walk it. People have been walking it.
Oh, I did that the other day then.
A couple of people tagged me who had just done it as walks. And I was like, oh, no. But yeah, I'm ignoring them. I have been ignoring them because I've already done it and I don't want to have to keep explaining it. Oh, I've already done it. And then I look like an idiot. So I've just been ignoring them. Every time I've been tagged and stuff, at some point someone's going to tag me like fucking Jamie from the Fighting Cocks or something. And I'm going to be like, fuck.
You'll be like, no. It's so very, very simple. You just go, no. Like, you got to think about it as well, though, right? So you've been tagged with like 9 other people in something like nothing specific, but you've been tagged in.
I mean,
like,
the running one's the 5 one. Isn't it?
Yeah. So like, but think
people
about this is right. The person that's tagged you is not then just like waiting to like they'll see like if you post your stuff or not, but like. In something like a 5k, do you think they're not going to like track down like the people they've tagged me like, I see you haven't done a 5k yet.
Well, I suppose it depends who tags you. I can think of a few people that definitely be tracking you down.
Mate,
Come on,
then those
Join
people
in.
can get fucked.
And also the other one going around. So you got all the tagging, and then you got the other one. Oh my god, Lizzie fell. I almost fell for this one as well. The gold heart. And it's like, if I can count on you, send me one of these, and it's a gold heart emoji. And I saw my sister-in-law do it, and I went to do it, and then I was like, hang on a minute, this smells like a trap.
Yeah.
So I didn't do it, and then a little while later, Lizzie looked at her phone and was like, oh, for fuck's sake. I've just been sent there now. I've got to post it. Oh, I don't want to do it. I was like, don't do it then. She did it.
Yeah, it's that simple.
And
Like,
then-
it's not like
but then-
someone like it's not like a life or death situation. Someone's
Yeah.
not like standing behind you with like a butcher knife ready to cut your head off if you don't do it. Like,
But then she got people that she didn't expect to sending her the gold heart that probably wouldn't do it themselves. And then she was like, oh, no, I've got to send them this message. And it was a whole thing. I'm like, this is why I don't do it.
yeah, man, fuck
Like,
that
look at the
shit.
stress. So she did it for a little while, then I think she stopped. She got pulled into doing she got nominated to do the motherhood one. And I'm like, who are you going to attack every day? And she's like, I don't know. Well, there you go.
This is the pressures.
So you-
this is
so you can see
exactly
Lizzie
what the
doing that one.
pressures of social media is. Like, this is bullshit.
There's the me at 20 pictures.
Have you
Going up.
seen as well, like, how many people are kicking off about people lying about their 5k times?
No.
There's so many people. Like, one girl said she ran a 5k in 12 minutes.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
Like, this is bullshit. It's like
I mean, who
Britney
is she?
Spears. Britney Spears the other day, like, or before all of
she
this,
said she
said she broke
beat
the world record. She did it in like 5 seconds.
I saw like a Chelsea footballer did one in 14 minutes the other day, and I remember I like screenshot it and sent it to my brother. Being
I
like,
could
"Holy
believe
fuck,
that.
Look at this.
I
Like,
could
look at
believe it.
this.
That is
Wow.
a fucking athlete. They are built to have
exactly.
the stamina of cheaters.
I used to be able to. I think my best time when I was running a couple of years ago, a lot more, was probably about. I think the best time I did it was 26 minutes. Now I'm probably pulling in about 32 minutes, just because that's a good time. Just because I'm just like getting back into it.
On Tuesday I went out and I walked to Walton. From where I live, that is about 2.5 miles. And I did it
Right, okay.
I did it in 45 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
That's it. And then I walked back. So that's more than 5k.
Yeah, that's good. Good job. Good walking.
I like it.
So yeah, I like it. So yeah, we've been going for walks in the woods. I mean, I go for runs in the morning, but then me and Lizzie and Indiana have like gone for walks around there as well
Yeah.
because it's nice. So there's the me at 20. I keep seeing and the pictures of them at 20 with them now. Then one
I
of
saw
them as
Fran
a
put that
child.
up. Fran
Yeah,
put one of those up, and I just thought the hashtag was meat20.
I thought it was meat. because
I didn't
one of the
understand.
pictures was her throwing up, right? And I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
she'd eaten meat because she's vegetarian. I was just like, oh my god, what happened?
Why would you do that?
And then there's the child photos, and then you now, and then you saw the neck in the beer one had popped up.
I saw a couple of times it was people just necking a pint. Not as quick as possible or like anything. It was just like, here's me necking a drink. I think this and this person should do it.
Yeah.
And it's but
Yeah,
like
so I don't want to name and shame who I saw do it, but Bottle of Wine Beth I saw do it.
yeah, 2
on
bottles,
Instagram.
2 bottles.
on Instagram I saw it do it.
Wait, did you just say? I'm not going to name and shame who I saw it. Beth said, Beth. It was Beth. It was 100% Beth.
Yeah, I saw her just do it, and I was going
I'm
through
pretty sure
Instagram stories,
you and me have probably seen the same people doing it.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
was
No,
just
I'm
like,
just
where
like,
were
what
you
is
when
this?
Nick Nominations was around? There's
It
people
doesn't
like
seem to have
drinking
caught
like
on as much though.
window cleaner.
Doesn't seem to have caught on as much though. Like, I haven't seen
fine
that
with
one
that.
as much.
The last one, I think people died.
I don't want to neck a beer because I'm kind of like rationing beer, I guess. Because like
I'll get the
I have,
gravy
like-
out again, Greg.
I got it's really the gravy. I go down to the newsagent if I need to get beer, and it's a bit of an ordeal now going to a shop. So I like to kind of get in, get my beer, and get out. But I'm only buying like 4-packs, and then it's like, right, I've had 2. I've only got 2 left now. So I'm not like necking beers every night. I'm like,
No.
mainly on the weekend. So I had like half a beer before I spoke to you, but then I put the beer back in the fridge, covered it up to go for rum, because I wanted rum for the podcast.
Mate, yeah, I got you. I'm right here with you.
I wanted rum for
I'm
the
right here
podcast,
with
so
you.
fucking. Oh, I should have taken one of your red cups.
Yeah, I had one of those. I had one bottle of like Magnus left, so I had that, and then rum.
Yeah, I had a couple of beers in the fridge, and I've got some Lidl's rum, spiced rum,
But
to
yeah,
get me through.
it's funny that like it's Facebook that you always see this like nomination stuff on. You don't see it really like on Instagram and like, I mean, I don't have Twitter.
It's funny you say that. I see it more on Instagram.
Really,
than
I
do
haven't
on-
seen anything.
Nice.
But then
I
again,
see
like
it
I know
more on
you've got like
all my nominations have been through Instagram.
Oh really? I haven't.
Yeah, through the stories. Beth nominated me as well. Thanks, Beth.
What, to down 2 bottles of wine?
No, the run. The run. Do the 5K while necking a pint. I might try that one.
Go on, 2
That one I'd
bottles.
probably try.
Man.
Run 5K
You know
while
what,
necking a
mate?
pint.
I was thinking about the other day of that the night when I first properly met Beth and I ended up nicking her phone.
Yep. Yep. She nicked that guy's hoodie as well.
She nicked that guy's hoodie, and I accidentally
just put on
stole
a
her.
hoodie
I
in
stole
the
her
pub.
phone because she just simply left it in
Yeah.
on the bar, and I was like, I don't know where she's going, and she's left her phone, and I'm just gonna take that.
Yeah.
And
she
then
had to come to your house the
yeah,
next day.
she was just like, I've tracked you down, and I was like, that's terrifying.
Because you forgot you had it, didn't you?
I did not realise until she messaged
No.
me that I had it.
Because she did the "Where's my phone?" and she sent me a screenshot of the address, being like, "Do you know anyone in this area?" And I was like, "Yeah, Joe lives there." And she was like, "What?"
Yeah, because then she ended up messaging me, and it was just
She had to
like,
come
yeah,
get it.
can I come get you? And I was just like, yeah, what's happening? She like turned up with her dog and stuff, and I was like, and we just like hung out on mine for like 15 minutes chatting. It was ridiculous.
Then she left, and I was like, "Oh wait, she didn't get a phone." We joke
Yeah,
about
it's
Beth.
mad.
I have a lot of love for Beth. I still
love
chat
Beth,
to
man.
Beth
She's
and
killer.
Ruby very regularly on WhatsApp. I think I
both-
chatted
I
to
hope
him
they're both
yesterday.
well.
Yeah.
Beth's funny, man. I remember like one night she was like out drunk, and I think she was asking if we were in Kingston. And I was like, nah, we're in Surbiton, and like I've got 3% battery. And she kept messaging me, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
I was like, Beth,
Buy a fucking charger.
3% battery, and she was like, it's 2019, buy a fucking charger.
Yeah, that was it.
She's lovely, man. She's funny.
Over mentioning Beth, I should definitely shout out her business, Beth Wilson's Bespoke Embroidery.
Mate, that's
That
crazy.
girl
Like,
is
that's
fucking killing it.
I see so much of that. She's doing really well.
Yeah, and she's really adapted to like life in lockdown, and she's making like kids drawings of the rainbows,
Didn't
like,
she,
printing
like-
them up on the hoodies.
Didn't she like make a jacket for that Caroline Flack girl or something?
She did. She made one. Yeah, she did. Yeah.
That's mad.
Someone else wore it in a music video.
That's
she made a
mad.
Caroline Flack jacket. Yeah, so basically she makes bespoke leather and denim jackets. She doesn't make the jackets, but she does your bespoke full back piece embroidery on it. It's incredible. Really amazing. Really incredible work.
We should
Yeah,
give
do
her.
get on
We
there and
should.
have
We
a
should
look.
give her
They're
a
full
challenge and
bespoke
get her to do like a
embroidery.
biker vest or something.
Well, she made when Jenna was born, she made the All Seeing Guys bibs, didn't she? She made the bibs of all the All Seeing
on.
Guys logo on it. I don't
Sorry,
know,
mate.
Joe's in a moment.
Something's gone awry here.
Oh, I've lost
The
Joe.
microphone's.
Oh, there he
No,
is.
I'm here.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, yeah. Your voice disappeared for a minute.
Yeah, no, my USB went a bit wobbly.
Oh, wobbly.
Wobbly.
So I actually did have a couple of stories I wanted to go over here.
Greg, we're 40 minutes in, mate.
I know. We'll see how it goes. There's a story. This one will be quick. We actually, thanks to our buddy Owen, have an update on an old story.
What old story?
No, I've not actually.
Hang on, wait.
I've not
What did
actually
Owen send?
He sent a link. I'll tell you what the old story is in a second. A few years ago, we talked about a woman who was in a relationship with a chandelier. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Owen sent me.
I thought it was the woman who loved the
about
tree.
that. Yeah, and he sent it over, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Oh, it's funny you sent this. We talked about it a few years ago on the podcast." And he's like, "Yeah, I know, I remember." I'm like, "What?" Now, I've not actually read the story.
Mate, how often do you see though like a news story that you never like you just don't get an update for it?
Yeah. And all the times we're always like, we'll keep an eye on that story, and we never do.
Nope.
So thanks, Owen, for sending this over. And this is a new story, and I don't know what's made it be brought up again in the news. So let's find out why.
There's not a lot going on, Greg.
Woman's attraction to chandelier, not sexual orientation, ruling says.
Rolling.
Amanda Liberty made a complaint about an article mocking declaration for the love of light fitting. That probably could have been the article we were talking about. And then now it's she's obviously got upset by the article taking the piss out of her, and she's tried to take it to court. Let's see what happened then.
Christ.
A British woman in a long-term relationship with a 92-year-old German chandelier has been told that her attraction to historic light fittings is not considered to be a protected sexual orientation.
I love that the chandelier has a
shit.
nationality.
Oh shit.
Oh really?
Oh dear. I feel bad for her.
Oh right.
The press-
I thought
the
you'd
press regulator,
carried on reading and found
the
out
press
some horrible...
regulator Ipso made the ruling after Amanda Liberty, a woman from Leeds in her mid-30s, complained about an article in The Sun mocking her public declaration for the love of Lumiere, her name for the lamp she bought on eBay. Lumiere. Is that the French candlestick from Beauty and the Beast?
Probably.
I could
not
be
German.
wrong. What do I know?
It's not
She
German.
argued it's not German. She argued that the newspaper article breached the regulator's code of contact, which requires publishers to avoid prejudice references to an individual's sexuality. So she also took him to court and was lost. The newspaper said it did not doubt that her attraction to chandeliers was genuine, however, that the sexual orientation in the context of regulation code covered people who were attracted to the people of the same sex, opposite sex, or both, not chandeliers. Oh man. So
I feel like
she tried to fight.
I feel like the liberals
This
are
is
going to
what
jump all over that.
happens. This is what happens, you know?
Yeah.
She considered the article to be offensive and upsetting. They dismissed her complaint on the basis that their code provides protection to individuals in relation to their sexual orientation towards other persons, not to objects. So basically, take the piss out of all you want. It's basically what the papers have been told to do.
Rip her to pieces.
Poor Amanda Liberty in her mid-30s going out with her 92-year-old German chandelier.
I love that it's got a nationality. I think that's the funniest part about this.
So they still together? Like,
Well,
so
I
there's a
think
picture. Oh, it's a library picture of a chandelier. The picture of the chandelier is not the actual chandelier. It's a shame. But this is what happens when you go.
Lumiere, not pictured.
I know you want. Yeah, not pictured. I know you want to scream about your love from the top of your lungs on the rooftops. But when it's a chandelier, it's best not to.
Nah, yeah, I
I
mean,
wonder if she rewatches a lot that Only Fools and Horses episode when they try and clean the chandeliers. Remember
God.
that? And they try and drop it and catch it in the blanket and they drop the wrong one. Classic.
like that is like considered like the peak of like comedy. That was like
and
voted one of the funniest moments on
yeah,
television.
Yeah, the play it cool trig was the funniest, wasn't it? The play it cool trig when he leans back was voted the funniest moment.
Yeah, it's
It is
slapstick,
funny.
man.
It still makes me laugh.
It's that's what everyone loved. Like what do you call it? Some Mothers Do Have 'Em. Everyone loved it because it was just him fooling about for half an hour.
I kind of want to write a sitcom about a woman living with her chandelier.
That's what would you?
It'd be quite one-sided, wouldn't it?
It was. I mean, I don't think you're going to get the chandelier demographic on board.
That's what I mean. It's not going to be. It would just be her talking to a chandelier.
Yeah, there's no
sounds more
rapport.
like
There's no rapport unless you make it a cartoon and the chandelier can then be
Chandelier
alive.
talks. Damn, girl, you're fine.
Oh, I can't wait to get my diamonds up inside you.
Well, then just
Apparently,
take
he
this
is
bottle
like
of wine to the bedroom.
Why have we given him? Why is he James Brown?
I mean, it's definitely not a 92-year-old German chandelier that we're doing. So this is why you shouldn't read it. I mean, again, if you want to love a chandelier, awesome, great. But people are going to take the piss.
Yeah,
and
don't
you try and defend
Yeah,
it.
if you
it's not
think
gonna work.
if you think the world's just going to turn around and be like, "Good on ya," no, people are going to be like, "I'm going to need a bit more information about this."
Yeah, you need to go to Channel 4 for a documentary or like Lad Bible and see if they can do a little video on you.
Oh,
Maybe
God.
then I'll stop and reconsider things for a few minutes while I watch it and then be like, no, you're still crazy.
But then, like,
It's still crazy.
what about the people that are attracted to like bedside lights? They're going to be like, "Well, where's my documentary?"
Oh, where's my documentary? They could do a whole documentary on light fixtures. And the seedy world
about-
of light fixtures.
I mean, you know, do candles count? I mean,
I get it. As a kid, when I'd go to B&Q, I used to love running straight to like the lights.
oh mate, I used to, what I used to enjoy is getting inside the fake showers.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah,
They were
I
good fun.
swear, I could be wrong. I'm 19% sure that when we went to a show like that, we did find Gary on a toilet trying to take a shit. I don't think
Sound like the
he did.
Jackass movie.
He might have. I don't know. He might have. We might have got to him before. I do remember it being a big situation.
When you were a kid, did you ever like get lost or like go missing for a bit? Not like Jamie Bolger missing, like
No. No. Did I? Gary
or like
did
did
a
you
lot.
get lost? Like did you say like get lost in the
Gary got
supermarket or
lost
anything?
a lot.
Really?
Gary did. I remember Gary going missing a lot in various places. In fact, yeah, Gary disappeared loads. Me, I don't really recall any. I'm sure I did, but there's no like moment in my life that stands out as I remember being like terrified
Yeah.
and like it scarred me growing up. I don't remember a time being properly lost.
I remember once going. I don't even know. We were like at a theatre. And there was something going on.
Theatre.
Weird thing was, and I'm pretty sure, and I was pretty young, but I'm pretty sure it had the guy that played Uncle from Only Fools and Horses in the production of whatever we were seeing. And it was the interlude bit, so like, you know, parents go to the bar, and I distinctly, all I can really remember is running off to, I think in my head, of my young stupid head, I'd gone off to see like, I'm just going to go and make sure that our seats are still there, and also that they haven't started again yet. And then, so I went off, and then when I got back to the bar was empty, and I didn't know where my parents were, and I started crying, and then I was just sort of paraded to my parents who were back in their seats. I was just like, I don't know, mate, I don't know what happened.
Paraded.
I might have to go and get my mum just to confirm this story.
Mom. No,
That's what I did. That's what I did in the theatre.
I do remember getting in the wrong car on a car park once.
Nice. I
Thinking
do
it was
actually.
my dad's car.
I also have a supermarket one where I definitely went up to a woman thinking it was my mum and it wasn't.
I did that at a table in a pub once. Went up to a table. I kept shutting my eyes and spinning around and thinking I could find my way back to my parents' table. But obviously I couldn't. and I were going up to a table, like my eyes shut, and I put my hand on it, and going, "Hello, Dad." And then hearing this guy go, and then hearing this guy just go, "Hello," open my eyes, and it was just, I remember it vividly. He looked like Steven Spielberg, this guy,
Really?
but mixed with Hammond from Jurassic Park. Like he had like
Nice.
that sort of outfit on and the hat, and I was just, and he was like, "Hello," and kind of raised his drink to me, and I was like, "Oh," like panicked and ran back to my dad's table.
Yeah.
Don't let me do that again.
I once there was an infamous story of me. We were going to a pub on a Sunday for like lunch and stuff, and I was asleep in the car. And we got there, and I refused, being a little shit. I refused to open my eyes when we got there. So I walked through the car park with my eyes shut and walked right into the bonnet of the car and had a nosebleed.
Was the car parked or moving?
Yeah, no, it was parked. I then got stung by a bee in the garden as well. It was not a good day.
Dude, did you get your foot stuck in a bucket as well? It's like Dick Van Dyke.
I sound like some others do have them. I found like a Frank Spencer.
Got your hand caught in a toaster. Ah!
I then slipped on an abandoned roller skate and I was off down the M25.
Yeah, and one foot just rolled off down through like a main dual carriageway and out the other side. Almost headed towards an open barn full of pillows, but the last minute went into the one full of rusty nails. Like,
Oh man. Well, that sounds like Sideshow Bob. Like,
I think it was. I've been watching a lot of Simpsons. I did see a story last week I wanted to quickly bring up because this is showing that some people are still sticking to their jobs which directly go against coronavirus guidelines. Now,
prostitutes.
An escort, Joe, an escort, not a prostitute. An escort operating out of a camper van in Yorkshire says she is as important as doctors and nurses and thus an essential service during quarantine.
You are not an escort if you are doing it out of a caravan. I'm sorry.
Kyrie Redfield was clocked by the Sunday People seeing 7 men in less than an hour on a business park near Barnsley FC football stadium.
7.
She then drove to a nearby supermarket car park to meet an 8th client. Kiri, who advertises unprotected sex at £30 for 15 minutes, has starred in 7 extreme German porn movies.
Hold on. Okay, we've been given some calculations here.
Yes.
7 in an hour, but they charge so much for
£30
£30 for 15 minutes.
For unprotected
So there's
sex.
there are some. Oh, gee, that's just that is awful, isn't it?
Isn't it?
So she's
I'll
there are
use the
some
protection, thanks.
some that did not last 15 minutes, or all of them didn't.
So she made £210 in that less than an hour from 7 men. But they obviously weren't using the full 15 minutes because 15 minutes isn't going
what's
out.
that? So it would be
So some people
10. No,
That's 4.
10.
Right?
It would be
15 minutes.
10 minutes is 6, so it would be more like 8 minutes.
Yeah, they're getting in
An average.
and out. You know, they're getting in and out. They're not using. They don't need the full 15.
No.
So she's been in 7 extreme German porn movies.
What's extreme?
That's what it just says. Extreme German porn movies.
I wonder what that means.
Takes off her brassiere.
A Lumiere.
She told the Lumiere she starred in extreme Lumiere German porn movie.
She shagged the chandelier.
She told the paper, "It's all safe, don't worry. People want to meet me. You don't get to meet a proper porn star every day. Men need their thing, you know." When she was told she was breaking social distancing rules, no, because I'm in a job I need to do, much like doctors and nurses.
No.
When asked how many clients she'd seen that day, I always say never enough. Even if I had 40, it's not enough. She also requested, "Please don't put in your paper, prostitute. I'm an escort and a porn star."
You're a prostitute.
There's a picture of the inside of the camper van. It looks very dire, I must say.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. Well, of course.
Mate,
but do you think it would be amazing?
Escorts are not doing it in caravans, man.
I love that she flat out advertises unprotected sex. If I was like, you know what, 30 quid for fucking 15 minutes in this camper van with this woman in fucking the car park by Burnley FC Stadium, sounds awesome. I'm going to go down there.
Did you say Burnley FC Stadium?
Barnsley, by Barnsley
better.
FC Stadium. That's what it says, and that's what it says here. Barnsley FC Stadium in the car park there.
Burnley is Premier League, mate.
Yeah. Sorry, Barnsley. Sorry, Burnley. Don't sue me. I want to get down there and be like, yo, you know, and I see, you know, there's been like 8 guys in there before me in the last hour. I don't want to be like, you know what? I might slap a condom on.
I bet going to her is very, very similar to going to the supermarket these days in the morning. You just sort of like rush for all the new produce. It's like, no, I've got to get there early, mate. Got to get there early. If there's more than 3 in the queue, I'm not leaving.
We actually did a shop this morning. I had to drop Lizzie off at Lidl's this morning. Well, she went fairly early. She said when she got there was like 7 people queuing. She was in quickly. She was out quickly. Went down and picked her up. A lot smoother than last time, she said, when she went shopping.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's still a bit of a faff, but, you know.
I might that might potentially be the artwork, by the way. It's just you and me queuing up with like shopping baskets, but we're actually in a queue for an escort caravan.
For the camper van. For the camper van. But no, I'll have to.
Shocked.
God, what I am going to do for future. So after this, because you really got to see this woman's face.
Hang on, wait. Maybe if I just type in Barnsley escort on my Google, I can find it.
Right. Well, I've.
This is great, Greg, because if I find the first thing I'm going to find, or the first woman that I find that looks supposedly like an escort, I'm just going to ask for a description from you. Dark hair, like black hair.
Yes.
Black hair.
It kind of looks black, grey with a hint of blue. The picture I'm looking at.
Sorry, no. All of these actual women are partially attractive.
So I've sent you. I Facebooked you a link.
Oh, fantastic! I'm just improving my Google search to Barnsley escort caravan. Oh, yeah, I've got a. Yeah, I've 100% got a sort of like greenish ash hair.
Yeah.
A face like she's been stung by bees.
So, as you looking at the article I've sent you?
No, I'm looking at the picture.
Is that the article I've sent you, though, the picture of her?
It's an article on...
All right, go on. So it had the other 2 pictures. There's a picture of her opening the camper van in her little dress. And then there's another picture of inside the camper van.
Okay, yeah, so the picture I've got is that first picture. That's the one I've found. And then, get away. Yeah, yes, I accept your privacy rules.
You're not going to talk about this on the podcast, are you? No, I accept your privacy rules.
That's not a fucking caravan.
Camper van.
It's not. That's a van.
It's like a transit
van. That is a transit van, mate.
Yeah, that's like she also picks up the old dears and takes them down to Brighton Beach on the weekend.
Mate,
like.
I have seen kids get driven to football games in that fucking car.
Yeah, to Burnley.
Oh, that is bleak. To Barnsley, mate. Barnsley, come on, Greg.
Barnsley, God, Jesus Christ. Oh, man, sort it out, Armstrong. All over the bloody gaff, aren't you?
That bed just has towels on it. That is hideous.
That's right, just towels. Yeah, just throw them in the wash afterwards.
I love it. I love that they've just got one like Twitter person here, and it just says, "I'm assuming it's a service for the partially sighted."
Yes, burn. Take that.
I mean, she looks.
Take that,
mate.
At the end of the day, a lot of people will pay £30 for 15 minutes. It doesn't matter who it is. In the back of a camper van, a lot of people. Will.
Oh God, I found there's a weird picture of her with like. It's like one of those Photoshop ones where it's like half her face and then the rest of the picture's just the van. Looks like a screensaver.
I am the van. Good luck to her, I guess. You know, if she's still working well. She's got a bit of publicity now, isn't she? I'm sure she'll be all right.
Married sex worker. I've got a different one. This is Daily Mirror here. Married sex worker who beds 30 men a day in her caravan reveals perks of job.
Oh, well, there you go. Sounds like a few perks.
Perks.
Free parking,
if that's a documentary, we have to find that documentary.
Oh yeah, I'll be up for that.
And then what we'll do is
looking for that.
We'll do like one of those reaction videos that are so popular on YouTube.
Maybe we'll do a really serious like podcast documentary series about it. We call up with Camper Van Woman.
I'll tell you, we'll get Professor Green to host it.
Last episode, we obviously did a little bit of a not a agony aunt. We actually looked at somebody else, an agony aunt giving advice we could get behind. So I thought we'd revisit Agony Aunt.
To the point.
They were better than we were. They actually gave more reasons. We're usually just like, fuck them.
With no reason. We're just like, fuck off.
Yeah, we stopped doing Agony Aunts. Well, I haven't done Agony Aunts. I can't remember the last time we did them. A fair while ago. Just because they were getting a bit repetitive and a bit boring.
I think we weren't really able to find any. They all seemed a bit. They started getting really, really similar. There wasn't really like a standout one.
Yeah.
You know?
So I thought during lockdown there might be someone, of course, you know, good old Deirdre in the Sun has like a whole lockdown special. So I might be able to pick ones from this over the next coming episodes.
All right.
Some of them are boring though. Some of them are just like, I can't see my mum. But we're going to go with... We're going to go with this one here. So this is it. We're bringing it back. For during the lockdown period, we're going back into, you didn't ask for it, but here's our advice anyway.
Excuse me, can I ask you a question? I don't want your advice. I don't want it. I don't need to listen to you talk. I don't want your advice. I just think you should marry the dog and be happy. I don't need to know what you have to say.
Disclaimer, do not take our advice. If you do, we'll not be held accountable for inedible heartbreak. Thank you.
I'm cheating with a guy my husband also knows. The chemistry between us is amazing. We're sneaking out to see one another despite the shutdown. But I do feel guilty. Well, you should. I've been married for 10 years and have a son aged 8 and a daughter of 5. I'm 34. My husband's 37. I love him, but I'm not in love with him anymore. I met the man who is now my lover the same night I met my husband when we were all young. We were in a club together with a gang of friends. They have always been very different though. My husband's always been on the quieter side and steady, while his mate always jumped from one girl to another. He's 38, and he got a partner now and a little boy, but he's cheated on her twice that I know of because my husband has told me. My husband's a good man, but we're more like friends than lovers. This guy's a plumber. Of course he is. And he came round to help...
Greg, that's incredibly judgmental.
And he came round to help us out a couple of months ago when our washing machine leaked. My husband was at work. He's a delivery driver. And the kids were at school, so it was just the two of us in the house. Ooh, a plumber and a wife. Who knows what happened? Let's find out.
In the 70s, there was plenty of films about that sort of thing.
Well, there we go. I offered him a coffee when he'd finished the job. Not until he'd finished the job, though.
Yeah. Not in between.
Coffee when he'd finished the job, and we got chatting. He told me he fancied me loads when we first met, and was always angry with himself for not making a move on me before my husband did. It's like they say, he said, you can't trust the quiet ones. Does make sense. I was flattered.
It's like they say, he said.
Years. It's like they say, he said.
Oh, he said it.
You can't trust the quiet ones. I was flattered, as it was years since anyone had flirted with me. He teased me for blushing, then pulled me close and kissed me. It felt amazing. I kissed him back. We didn't have sex that day. But he started coming round to our house between jobs during the day while my children were at school and my husband was at the house of work. In the end, I couldn't resist him. We had passionate sex, and he says on the low of his life. It felt scary, but amazing. And then the coronavirus and lockdown arrived.
Cop block.
Now the kids are off school. There's no privacy at home. He said he couldn't survive without our loving. So a couple of evenings, he told his partner he had to go on an emergency job. And I told my husband I'd forgotten stuff at the supermarket and had to pop out. Oh, damn fool.
Classic.
It's been horrid sex in his van, but it is almost... Oh, camper van. Been horrid sex in his van, but that has almost added to the excitement. But it's brought home the risk I'm running and the choice I'm facing. I'm scared to throw away my marriage, my dependable husband and our family life. Have I the right to deprive my kids of their dad and living with them, of the kids living with their dad? But my lover says he's never felt this way about a woman before, and he can see himself spending the rest of his life with me. I love being with him. We have such a laugh, as well as great sex. But can I really trust him? No.
No, 100% no.
You've already told us in the evidence here that your husband's already told you he's cheated on his missus twice. You even said he's the kind of guy that goes from one girl to another. Now he's banging his mate's wife.
Right.
In his van.
Here's my theory.
Excellent.
Good sex turns people retarded.
Interesting.
Just straight, right? She's been given all the evidence that what they're doing could in no way survive as like a full-time relationship because he has, well, A, cheated on his current wife twice, and B, is cheating on her again with you. If you take the wife's place, what's going to make you think that you're doing anything special to stop him from doing that?
And also, you're running the risk of bringing fucking COVID-19 into your house.
Yeah.
He's a plumber. It sounds like he's still doing emergency jobs, and this is your vagina's the emergency job. And he still could be out and about, you know, and you're running out and having sex in a van. And you're going back to your husband and kids. Dangerous.
That guy, she's gonna get tested, and it's like, well, you've come back negative for COVID-19. You do have gonorrhea.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of gonorrhea.
I mean, when people ask these questions, again, these agony aunts, do they really expect the agony aunt to be like, yes, leave your husband who sounds great?
Yeah,
and your
that's
kids
exactly
and go,
that's the only thing they want to say. That's the only reason they're
Go with
writing
fan
to an
guy.
agony aunt. That's the only reason they're writing to an agony aunt is because they've spoken to their friends about this, and their friends have just been like, "Are you fucking kidding?" And they haven't been given. They don't want that. They basically want someone to give them the advice that they want to hear, and that's not going to happen.
And also, he's saying this plumber can't go without their loving. So a couple of evenings, he says he has to go out for an emergency job, and she tells her husband she's gotten stuff at the supermarket. At what point is the husband like, you know what? 2 times a week, you keep saying you've forgotten stuff at the supermarket. During this lockdown,
you got to switch it up.
You shouldn't be
You've
going
got
to
to
the
switch it up.
supermarket so frequently either. You know, we went shopping today. Last time we went was like 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We do big ass fucking shops
Yeah,
and then
essentials.
fucking need to go back. We're lucky we've got the newsagent down the road, so we can go get milk and bread when we run out. You know, but big old fucking shop we do. Not if Lizzie kept turning to me every other evening, be like, I'm just popping out. I've forgotten something at the supermarket. But Lizzie, you write lists all the time. What's going on?
Yeah.
I see you just getting that van down the road.
You are far too efficient to be forgetting stuff at the supermarket.
Also, Joe, on a side note, Indiana told me and Lizzie today that she saw you in her Wendy house today.
Yeah.
She was like, I saw Joe. Lizzie's like, you saw Uncle Joe? She's like, yeah. Like, where? In my house. And I was like, well, this house? Like, no, my house in the garden. I was like, right.
What time was that? Was that like the afternoon?
It was just after dinner.
Just after. Oh, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I was there.
Just popped in there quickly.
Just collecting my things.
I'm doing this podcast from there right now. I just see the glow of your laptop out the window.
I had to put the map in. I'm moving in, Greg.
Deirdre obviously responds how I did. Her first line is, in a word, no, you can't trust him.
Do you reckon dear Deirdre just sits there at home going through these emails that are sent to her with just a cigarette, just going, oh, these fucking people.
It's all right, though. She's sending out her e-leaflet.
I can't be bothered to deal with this. I've dealt with 3 other emails like this before. Have a leaflet.
Your relationship MOT is what it's called.
Oh,
good one.
Dear. Yeah,
that's fucked up though. That is a fucked up betrayal. I mean, out of all the betrayals, to keep doing it during a fucking global epidemic is insane.
Yeah, that's
insane. I don't. When it's that full on, I don't know if you're going to be able just to stop. If you're going this far, you're probably not going to be able to stop.
Nah.
So, in the age of us giving back, the obvious advice is yes, stop. But that's not the advice we give. I always say keep going till you get caught. 'Cause you're not going to stop. You're just not going to stop.
No, they're not. And you're not saying that because you're an asshole. You're saying that because that is literally what's going to happen. You're gonna do this until you are caught. And when you're caught, you're going to say I'm sorry, but you're not going to mean it. The only reason you're sorry is because you got caught. That's it. No, whenever anyone gets caught having sex with someone they shouldn't be, they say sorry for it. They don't mean it. The only thing they're apologising for getting caught. That's the only thing they're apologising for. I'm so sorry. I didn't plan this better.
I didn't enjoy it.
That's it.
Yes, you did enjoy it. Of course, you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You did it
Well,
more than once.
why are you doing it? If you're not enjoying this, why are you doing it? If anything, that makes them an absolutely worse person.
Going back to life in lockdown briefly before we start wrapping up, have you been shaving your beard and trimming your beard?
I had a bit of a trim, yeah. I had a little bit of a trim 2 weeks ago, and then I'm probably gonna do it again because it's getting a bit airy.
Yeah. So I hadn't since.
You sent us a picture in the group chat of yours, and it was looking pretty. It's looking pretty long. I'm assuming now it's just shadow.
Today.
Oh, okay.
I trimmed it today, and not too much. I haven't really done the bottom. I kind of just trimmed down the sides and But what I keep finding myself doing is it's a really horrible rabbit hole to fall down. Is plucking grey hairs out with Lizzie's tweezers. I go past the mirror and I just see a massive long jet white hair, pure white hair, and I'm like, oh my god, that is like a fucking diving board
There
coming
is-
up my chin, and I get these tweezers, and I'm like, oh, that hurt. Oh, there's another one. And before I know it, I'm there for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, I'm like just putting out all these. I need to like fucking.
I wouldn't
just
consider
for
you
minute.
someone to be concerned about grey hairs, Greg.
Well, I'm not, but I'm just like seeing them because it's not the fact that they're grey. Some of them are there. I can't get to them, but it's the fact that they grow like a straight line. Like they grow like a straight line, like straight out the side of my face, like a ruler. I've got
a lot in the, especially since being home. It feels like I've got a lot more grey coming here through the beard. But when I started working from home, I'd had a pretty big, I had a decent beard on, and then I decided not to shave it because I didn't have a reason to, and then it just got too long. Although I'd finally figured out how to get the shape of beard that I wanted, and then it just got long, and I sort of trimmed it down a bit. But there is just a large amount of grey hair coming through my beard. But also not so much my beard hair, but also I picked a nose hair out of my nose the other day. That was so long.
Yeah.
It was so long. It was ridiculous. I had to send it to like Lucy because she enjoyed.
What, you posted it to her?
No, mate, no, that's gross. That is disgusting. I might have to do that though. That sounds funny. But Lucy has like some tweezers, and she very much enjoys like getting.
Women do.
Well, no, she get like out of like my nose, but also like I didn't actually realise
Ingrown hairs.
how many ingrowing hairs I had on my leg.
Yeah.
That is a right now.
It's a Lizzie thing, man. Lizzie's the same. It's a women thing. Lizzie's exactly the same. She gets really excited.
Mate, I'll tell you this though, it is very relaxing. I don't know what it is about just getting like prodded with a pair of tweezers. It's just like
I think that's another reason I kind of keep pulling the grey out my beard. But the nose ones hurt, man. I don't enjoy those. They fucking hurt.
I have got a video I recorded myself whilst I was getting like nose hairs pulled out, and it's just like.
Especially if you get more than one at once.
Some of them, some of them are okay. Like the ones on like the outer side, like out here, they're fine. It's when you go into like the Daniela Westbrook bit,
and the crannies.
when you get the Daniela Westbrook bit,
when you're getting in the Westbrook,
when you're getting in the Westbrook area, they really can tingle. But man,
hurts, man.
It's all right.
Sometimes I wimp out doing it. I'm like, oh, it's gonna hurt too much.
I just like I just wondered just how much hair I had before I was in a relationship to be plucked, and I was just walking around with just this hairy freak.
Pluck your fucking nose hair out and then inspect the length of it afterwards, and you know when you've done it good when the white dots on the end of it, and you're like, oh, I've pulled the whole fucking root out.
When you've got the where the newest part of the hair is, and it hasn't, it's not quite hair yet. It's just sort of white. Yeah.
You're just like fucking gotcha, fucking bastard.
I bought Lucy a grooming kit for Christmas. I was just like, this is like, look, this
to groom you.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. I was just like, look, this is not for you, but it was like a whole like on like YouTube they've got that Dr. Pimple Popper and all that shit. It was like one of those kits. It had like all the proper like stuff for doing blackheads and spots and all that. And I was just like, this isn't a dig at you because you have lovely skin. This is so that you can clean me.
Do it to me. Fix me. Fix me. You know, I told you I thought you needed a new hobby.
Yeah, it was like the equivalent of buying your partner a sex toy.
I'm purposely going to start taking less care of myself so you have more to do.
Yeah, I've been rubbing olive oil on my face.
That's good though, isn't it?
It's oil.
Olive oil? No, but it's good for baby skin.
No, that.
When Indiana was born, she had bad skin. She'd been
baby oil.
Well, but olive oil. The nurse was like,
how long have you been putting olive oil on your child?
No, not anymore. We haven't. But when they were born, the nurse was like,
it's like
olive
baby oil.
No, 100%. The nurse was like, just use olive oil. 100%. Just use olive oil. It's so good for their skin. And we would use olive oil and put it on. And you talk to other like mums and stuff. They've all done it. Like, it's really good for the baby's skin. Olive oil. Put it in a thing and rub it over them. We used to do it for Indiana when she was little. And it helped. It really fixed their skin.
Blown my top. That has.
Yeah. So maybe you actually then you're making yourself more luscious when you're trying to make yourself less so.
Oh shit!
Damn it!
I'm just gonna go and roll in dirt.
Before we wrap up the episode,
so I've just got to check I'm still recording.
Yes, God.
Yeah. We're good.
Before we bid a farewell, I want to mention our good buddy Tom from the Anywhere But Here podcast has launched his own podcast documentary series called Banned Biographies. where some of the most he goes through some of the most notorious bands to ever grace the stages. It really shows his passion for punk. Episode 1 is the Sex Pistols. And after me and Joe wrap up...
Oh, no, sorry. I saw a different picture, which was Iggy Pop.
Yeah, he talks about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Episode 1 is Sex Pistols. But so
I like
after
this. I love this sort of shit, though, man. Like, because I know, like, the guys that did last podcast on the left.
Jesus. Yeah.
Last podcast on the left, they did they started doing some about bands and stuff, but like I'm far more interested in like Tom's sort of point of view as a
he's
as a
mainly all
musician
punk.
and shit. Like,
so his is, I mean, so I haven't heard the first episode yet. I'll hear it after the weekend when I go for a run or I'm working.
I'm gonna listen to that when I'm drawing.
But I am going to end this episode by playing the preview he put out, where he basically explains what it is he's doing. So I've downloaded his preview, and when me and Joe say goodnight here, I'm going to play that after this episode. So do give it a listen, go check it out, follow, subscribe, and review, and all that ball bags, because I'm looking forward to hearing the first episode. He's a good guy. He's got a lot of work into it.
I hope he does the Ramones. I hope if he does
I'm
the
sure
Ramones
he
as
will.
well, yeah.
I'm sure he will. He's put a lot of work into this. He's been wanting to do it for the last 3 years, and during obviously lockdown, he's had time to actually do it. So he's doing the research, he's writing the scripts, and he's putting it together.
Sick.
So yeah, good on him, man. So
I'm
going to play his preview for that at the end of this episode, which is pretty much now. Joe, it's been a good old-fashioned episode again. I kind of feel that why we have been recording from home during lockdown, we have kind of slipped back into original episode length as well. I mean, we're not seeing each other, are we? We're kind of like, oh, yes, there you are. I can talk to you and see you.
It's like an actual catch-up as well. Like,
yeah,
it's really
100%.
Nice.
Yeah, we literally sound check and then start recording. Like we don't chat for 20 minutes and then record.
No. We won't do like a run through of our set.
Yeah. Should we sound check the whole set? Go through it.
We'll do a quick practice and then we'll see what comes out.
And then we'll see what comes up. I also want to thank anyone that has actually gone and listened to, downloaded, streamed the Dice Rollers, the Ideas album.
Indeed.
Fucking thank you so much. I haven't had too many people hit me up with any feedback, which is a shame, but I am checking, I do check analytics, and it is getting some fucking awesome listens, so I really appreciate people who are going in and taking the time.
You know what, though? I think it's like more people are inclined to like say something to you in person than they are to send a message. I know there's a couple of people who in the past have sent us messages and stuff like that when we've released music, but I feel like this sort of thing it's more of sort of like, you sort of say it in person, don't you?
Yeah, and to be fair, I have had a few messages from people saying how much they like it, so that is a bit of a lie. But also, I'm actually I've kind of gone through and re-updated our Spotify account. It looks pretty cool now. Fucking, I like it. I've redone our bio and about us. Like, it's a solid looking Spotify account. I like going on there now and being like, oh shit, that's us at last. We have stuff.
Holy shit,
and
that's us.
I do name drop all seeing guys in there as well at the end.
Holla. Got
to cross fucking promote. I'm looking forward to at some point in the future when this is all done, kind of like getting that other track finished. I'm already kind of playing around with new music just to keep my head fucking. I need to scratch that itch of fucking music, so I kind of started making.
I'd say, beats. I mean, I did. I had a look at sort of beats and stuff like that, and I downloaded like Fruity Loops, but it was like a free version, so it's insanely limited. And I think the only reason I haven't really carried on is because it's literally like one hi-hat sound, one kick drum sound, one snare sound, and it's just like, ugh. You can't really do a lot with it. And also, I mean, drums wise, that's fine. You know, if you're making a beat, the drums is not it's important, but it's more about to keep the rhythm. But it's more about like the music, like the instruments or synths or whatever effects you use in the middle of it to really sort of create it. And it just hasn't got that. So that's why I haven't really bothered.
Pursuit. No, fair enough.
I think the way about it is that I'm gonna have to spend some money if I actually want to do this, and I'm just not I'm just not willing to do that right now.
All I got is covered for now.
I'd like the idea of it, man, just putting together something myself. But
of course.
Maybe if I get some money on my birthday, maybe I'll branch out and get some actual stuff.
Yeah, why the fuck not, man? I was also thinking, next time we do a podcast, if you wanted to, maybe we could also try and record that last scene of the radio play like this as well, if it's easier.
Give it a try.
We could do that. Try because it's a really small scene. It's just you talking and me talking.
Yeah.
Like we could just try at least then it's kind of recorded, and if I have to redo mine, then that's fine. I have the technology to do that. Because we get that done, then that radio play is done to release, and I'd also probably prompt you to start putting some artwork together. I mean, that's not the whole radio play. We'd have to finish it after Epidemic's done, but part one of it we can easily put out. It just needs that one scene, and then it's done. So I'd start thinking of some artwork for part one of the Mosaic.
I may get some feedback from you on that one as well, because I've got some ideas, but it's all kind of sort of related to the era that they've dropped in. So I don't know.
I've only been envisioning, and sorry, it's probably fun for listeners, but like someone in a cloak looking back over their shoulder, but the mask, I'm picturing like the Man in the Iron Mask, that film, but it's made out of colourful mosaic.
Oh yeah.
Bits.
It's all made out of like chunks of metal.
Yeah, I'm kind of imagining that, and then maybe obviously like Ritz and Dick nearby.
That's really, really good, because immediately that's made me think that you could do like the top part is all the head and everything, but as the cloak goes down and goes black, you can have Ritz and Dick like running or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm picturing. Yeah.
All right, perfect.
So that was my idea for the potential artwork for Mosaic. Well, then again, maybe you'd end up doing two, because there'd be a part two later on, but that won't be any time just yet. As you can tell from the little sidewinding conversation we've had at the end of this is generally us catching up. I would say that kind of wraps up episode 126. Hopefully that has been a successful fucking
I'm
run.
still recording here.
Yeah, I look like I'm all fine this end as well. So hopefully you guys get a clean cut fucking episode. This has been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed of retreading old school, seeing guys during this lockdown, and I'm glad we're back fucking getting this done again, and hopefully nice and smoothly. I have been Greg German Chandelier Armstrong.
Well, I guess that makes me Joe Lumiere Jackson.
I really thought you were going to go camper van with it.
I'm not associating myself with that barren woman.
Thanks for listening, and stick around and listen to the preview of Tom's documentary series, Banned Biographies.
And follow him on Instagram as well.
Bye.
Hi guys, finally, thanks to a global pandemic forcing me to stay inside, I've had the time to get my teeth into this series that I've been threatening to release for about 3 years. The first episode will be coming out very soon because it's actually finished. I've got 2 other scripts in progress, as well as 1 finished and partially recorded, so that could well be 4 months worth of content coming at you, which may even grant me the time to get ahead with more episodes. Sorry, I just realised that I got all excited about what I've been up to without telling you what this actually is. Firstly, my name's Tom. I love music, but my first love, after the pop music of my early youth, is punk music. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I started listening to Crass or even the Sex Pistols at the age of 5. My parents were into chant music, hence my early love of pop. The first punk song I remember hearing was Should I Say or Should I Go by The Clash. And it caught my attention because the production was different to the rest of the music on whatever compilation cassette my mum had in her car at the time. It was more raw sounding, and I wanted to know what this man had done. There's going to be trouble either way, whether he stays or goes, so it must have been pretty bad. I was intrigued about the song, and for the first time I wasn't listening passively, I was actively involved. It took me a while to develop my own musical taste, but being born in 1985 meant that I came of age in the late 90s and early 2000s, a time when Britpop and grunge were dying and being replaced by pop-punk, new metal and hip-hop from America. One of the first bands I got totally obsessed with was Blink-182. Now, you might scoff, but everyone needs a gateway band, and Blink was mine. Every album I bought would be played to death, the artwork studied, lyrics learnt, and the dedications and production notes scoured for names of other bands, musicians and producers. With the help of music magazines, the very early internet, and most importantly my friends' CD collections, I tried to find other albums or songs by these bands that I could listen to. And this has fueled a lifetime of obsessively going back through history to see who inspired my favourite bands, who inspired them, and so on. And this leads me here, to Banned Biographies. This podcast will document the rise, and more often the fall, of punk bands over the years. Now, because I'm British, I'm starting with the Sex Pistols. despite the term punk originating in the American music press to describe certain 1960s garage bands, as well as people claiming that the Ramones were the original punk band. To me, they and other US punk bands like Television have always felt a bit more arty than the Pistols, who were just pissed off, scary, and seemed to be making a statement more than they were making music. Anyway, I always thought of Iggy Pop and the Stooges and the MC5 as being the progenitors of American punk, but I digress. In the episodes preceding the upcoming one about the Sex Pistols, I'll be focusing on the London scene, and specifically the bands that came out of the Pistols' immediate group of friends, as well as those that were directly inspired by seeing them live. These include Susie and the Banshees, Generation X and Billy Idol, The Damned, The Clash and Buzzcocks. The next bands I plan to cover will be some of the not quite so well-known UK punk bands before we venture into new wave, two-tone and ska. At the same time, in the 80s in the US, punk starts to go hardcore with the likes of Black Flag, Bad Brains and Minor Threat, which then morphs into the pop punk of the early 90s. And hopefully I'll be able to cover some of these in future as well. Who knows how far I'll get, bearing in mind it's taken me 3 years to even get to the first episode. But hopefully I'll be able to keep it up, and hopefully I'll be able to unearth some interesting bits and pieces that you maybe didn't know. I know I'm certainly learning things that I didn't previously know, but then maybe you're punker than me, in which case I'd love to hear from you to learn more. So please do get in touch on Twitter @BannedBiogs, on Facebook by searching for Banned Biographies, or by emailing me at bannedbiographies@gmail.com. That's BANNED biographies. Most of all, I hope you enjoy listening as much as I've enjoyed researching and making it. So make sure you've pressed subscribe on whatever podcast provider you're using, because in the next few days I'll be releasing the very first episode proper of Banned Biographies, all about the Sex Pistols. See you in the pit.
The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Podnose, the UK's leading independent entertainment podcasting network. For episode archives of the All Seeing Guys and all of the shows on the network, visit us at www.podnose.com. You can also follow us on Twitter via @Podnose or send us an email via admin@podnose.com.